I'm Dan Galusha, and welcome to another edition of Shootin' Plink. Hey, I'm sitting at a shooting bench. A little bit different for me, isn't it? Well, it's because this is just going to kind of be a for fun type thing. We've got the Umarex Ruger 1022 with us here, which we've done before. We've done a review on that and all that sort of stuff. So we're not getting into that. I've also got the Axeon red dot scope on this. What I'm going to do is I want to see just the difference of me shooting standing, just a freestanding shots, and also using a bench for a change. See what happens with this. I'm not going to say that the groupings are going to be the same. We know that. I mean, you're definitely going to probably have better grouping by this bench. But we're just going to see what happens. Can I get into that kill zone both ways? Well, you know I will this way, but standing or whatever. So I've got two targets. It's a double one up above, one down below, and I'm going to shoot first by standing. So when I get things around, you can see them. They're right down here. You'll see them in a second, and then we're going to start shooting. Okay, you're right here beside me. I got to get around this bench. All right. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my safety glasses on, and that's the one thing you always want to have. And then we'll see what we can do here. Take the safety off and prime it. Oh, better get the scope on, hadn't I? Forget about those red dots. See if I can see the. Yep, I still got it. Okay. Now we'll get it ready. I'm going to fire 5 rounds both ways. Now first we're going to do freestanding, so let's see what happens. Okay, that was freestanding. I'm not sure this thing's sighted in good, but now what we're going to do, I'm going to get down here, I'm going to shoot at that bottom one, get on this seat. Got an Allen rest, by the way, and then we'll see what happens. I'm doing this double, by the way. That should have been 5 rounds. So we'll take one more shot, just make sure it's clear. Yep, it was. So, put safety on, we'll go down, we'll take a look at that and see what we got. I got a feeling this sight's off just a bit. Okay, you've seen it as I was shooting. And here it is. You can definitely tell that the sight is off. It's a little bit low. I'm going to have to do some adjusting to see what I can do with it. Get my glasses off here. Basically, I was freestanding here and I was bench shooting here. A little bit tighter grouping, but still I'm in the same spot on both of them. So that's another thing. It shows me that I'm definitely off, and I'm going to have to readjust that, and then I'll do some more shooting with it. But this is what I wanted. I mean, this wasn't any big thing other than the fact I just wanted to see, well, what's the difference if I'm freestanding or I'm using that Allen rest on the bench. Well, you can see, yep, I got a little bit tighter grouping, which I knew was going to be the case, but still I was hitting within the same area on both of them. Just need an adjustment, which I'll do later. Hang on, I readjusted the sight. Yeah, couldn't stand it. I gotta show you. Okay, this is what I did. I readjusted it down here on the bench. You can see where I drilled it out. I fired one up here. What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna do another freestanding. We're gonna see what happens. Put it down there. We're down by my old shooting Plink sign. And then we're going to shoot at this thing. So let's get back there and start shooting. Okay, I've reloaded it. Got 10 rounds, and that's what I'm going to fire. Freestanding. See? I'm freestanding. I don't have the bench. I think you can see that. There we go. Okay. And I'm right beside you guys. So we'll prime it. Get the safety off. Get the thing ready here. Okay. You got to put the safety on before you do that. Forgot about that. So now we'll see what happens. The first one will be single action and then double action after that. Should have been the 10 rounds. We'll go take a look, see how close I am to what it was like on the bench. Well, like I said, we're back. I could not stand it. I just had to go ahead and readjust this thing and actually shoot and see what happened when it is actually fine-tuned. And you can see I definitely was tuning it. I even forgot to put the doggone little cap back on there, but well, in fact, I better turn this off. I want to save on my batteries. Anyway, like I said, this is what I was shooting, the Umarex 1022, the Ruger 1022, Umarex, you know, whatever, you know what it is. So now, I'll lay that down. Here's the target. I even switched glasses to shoot this. And it definitely made a difference. I mean, you can see this. All right, when I was freestanding and I was double action, it's got a very, very hard pull for double action. The single action, it isn't. And I would say probably in fact, looking at it, I know where my single action shot was, or at least I bet it was. You would know, because you were watching it. I bet my single action shot was right there, right close to the bullseye. Because the double action, I'm pulling, and I'm pulling that gun to it, because it is such a hard pull. And so I put them all, I grouped them, as you can see, I grouped them right over here. Now if I had been on the bench, I used the double action on the bench, but it was also sitting in that Allen thing, and you can see where they all grouped. I mean, that is a very, very tight grouping that I got in here. That is 10 rounds into that little hole. This one and those, that's 10 rounds into there. This is 10 rounds into this area. About as tight a grouping in a way, except that it's over here, but still, even freestanding, that shows that you can still hit it within those areas. So if you're plinking or you're shooting for a qualification, this is much smaller than the target that you even need for qualification. Because most of the times when you're shooting qualification, you're shooting at least a 9-inch circle. So your little 8-inch plates, when you're clanging at those are a qualification actually. I mean, they're that size. You're not going to qualify on one of those, but they're about that size. And if you're cowboy shooting, a lot of those are 16 inches. So if you can't hit those, you know, of course you're doing it in a speed thing in a cowboy competition. That's an entirely different ball game. Kind of like combat in a way, I guess you'd say. But anyway, you can see freestanding, I still was able to get a pretty doggone good grouping just off to the side. And again, I can just about 99% sure it's because that action, and I'll clear this. I'll know this. I'll show you. There's no more rounds in here. Oh, there is one round. Ooh. Now that's why you always want to check it. I've got one more round in this thing. Okay. I'm not going to fire that. I'm going to put it around like that. And I'm going to show you, hopefully, how hard this pull is. And I've got it in a safe direction here. Okay, here. Take safety off. You can see, I think, about how hard I had to pull that. Okay, by doing that, that is pulling it just that much more off to the side, so you got to take in consideration for that, especially if you're freestanding. I didn't plan on going on into all of this, but since we did, we did. So now, until next time, shoot safe and have a great day of plinking.